Hi! Today I'm going to show you all of our winter equipment we have carried on our bicycle in our winter tour across Finland. We have cycled from South Finland, Helsinki, all the way in Arctic in winter, and with the equipment we were carrying on our bicycle we could cycle in the temperature as low as minus 25 degrees Celsius, and at the night time we slept at minus 35 degrees Celsius and it was a cozy night. Our winter setup is much heavier compared to the summer setup. And the reason is of course the clothing. We need warm clothing, plus usually our setup anyway it's heavier compared to the other traveler because our bikes are our working office, our home. Also we carry some hobbies and some other stuff on the bike. So it's a little bit different compared to someone going for a trip for 1 month, 2 months or 3 months. For shelter, we use the Seek Outside Cimarron teepee. This is a central pole teepee. Over there, there's enough space. As you can see, we can store our gears and equipment. On top of the stove, we could cook. So that's really nice. Also, the pegs for the teepee. Central pole is made out of the carbon. And the teepee is actually compatible with the wood stove. This stove is titanium. All the combination of the stove, chimney and the teepee I think was somewhere around 3.5 kilograms. But since the teepee is only a canopy, inside of that we put the Hilleberg Una 4-season tent. In case of emergency we could also put the Hilleberg Una only by itself. It's a freestanding tent. And the poles and the pegs for Una. It'd be nice, but if I could have some change for the next winter trip, I could have just pinched actually the inner tent alone with some adjustments, so that would be really nice. Because now condensation was really an issue with the Una. Thanks to the wood stove, we could dry out our sleeping bags. And this combination has been really fantastic, and the stove has been too good. It's really nice in minus 20. When you wake up in the morning, you can heat up the tent, and it is so cool and cozy to have a breakfast in your t-shirt in a warm tent, and it has been amazing to dry our equipment also. In the top, it gets really hot, like easily over 60 degrees Celsius, so it's really fast and quite easy to dry the equipment. The next item I do carry in a winter expedition is an ice screw. Usually here in the Arctic the lakes are frozen, so if I would like to take a cool picture for our Instagram, then it's really nice to have an ice screw because I could secure one corner of the tent with the ice screw, so that's really good and really safe. But I really do not recommend camping on the frozen lake or frozen river, because you really need to know the condition of the ice, how it is, you really know what you are doing. Otherwise it could be very risky and dangerous. Another reason not to camp on a lake is because of the wind. Usually the lakes and the rivers can be really windy. We carry the Arva Pro snow shovel. This is absolutely necessary if you are going for a winter expedition. It's important to have a long handle. Also, it's important to be made out of metal. You can see sometimes these lightweight plastic ones, those are really not good. So I would really recommend a proper shovel. Here in Scandinavia we have a forest, so it is really handy to have an axe, especially because we have the wood stove, so we can make a firewood, we can split the wood. This axe made by a French brand called Roselli, and I really like the design indeed. In winter, for having a cozy and a warm sleep, ground insulation is very important. The first ground sheet we put, it is just a tarp. We bought this from Germany, from a gardening shop. It has been amazing, really. We've been using it for 2.5 years now, and still is super good. Inside of the Una, we put this emergency blanket. One side of it is aluminium, the next side, the other side of it, it's some sort of waterproof plastic. You see? I think it's like a few 100 grams. Then we put this foam. This is a very thin sleeping mat. We connected 2 of them together, so it looks like this. and one side is aluminium. This is really light and has been doing really nice job. On top of that tin foam, we put a reindeer skin. This is really amazingly warm. Without this reindeer skin, our ground insulation was cold. Then on top of the reindeer skin, we put the Thermarest Z-Lite sleeping mat. They are super old, we have had it for many years. They are not that warm as they used to be anymore, but I really love them. If we didn't have the reindeer skin, then we would need another layer of insulation or an air mattress. But I really don't like the air mattress because they get punctured quite easy. Since it's a winter trip, this is all of our sleeping bags and liners. So I use two sleeping bag combinations. We store all of our sleeping bags inside of the Ortolib waterproof bags. It's really nice and handy when they have a valve because I can empty the air from there, as you can see, and then block it, and that's it. So my first sleeping bag is a lightweight down sleeping bag from a Finnish brand called Joutsen. I think it's around 800 field power down, and it weighs around 800 to 900 grams. Unfortunately, they are not making these anymore. Next sleeping bag, which I put the Joutsen sleeping bag inside of it. It's from Rab. It is Rab Ascent 900 sleeping bag. It's a down sleeping bag, and it weighs, I think, around 1.5 kilograms. It is okay. It's not that expensive sleeping bag. It's pretty cheap. But yeah, I'm not that happy with the quality and the weight combination. And especially the outer fabric. It's not water repellent. It's, in my opinion, water absorbent. It's like a crazy how it absorbs the water. But it costs around, I think, 350 euros or something like that. So it's really difficult to get a good sleeping bag for that price. As a liner, I had a Wool Power Merino liner.
And I put this one
This is pretty thick. It's, I think, around 300 grams. It's really nice. I highly recommend to have a liner because it keeps the sleeping bag clean. But this liner also adds quite few degrees to the warmness of the sleeping bag, so it's really nice. Usually I use these two combination, but when it was minus 35, then I use other sleeping bag. I shove it inside of this one. This is Matilda's sleeping bag. She runs colder than me, so we have for her the Cumulus Executic 1200 down sleeping bag. And excuse me if I pronounce the name wrong, so because it's pretty difficult for me to pronounce that name. Anyway, this is 900 down sleeping bag. Has been absolutely amazing. The outer shell layer stands the water pretty well. It is a Pertex Quantum Pro. Matilda has been super happy with this.
It's incredibly big, it's huge.
Yeah, indeed it is, yeah. Big, yeah. I don't want to take it out, but it's really big. But yeah, if I would like to choose, I maybe prefer to have a two sleeping bag instead of one big sleeping bag. It is warmer. Also, it is easy to manage the body condensation with that system. Okay. Then, as a liner, Matilda used the Sea2Sumi Comfort Stretch Silk Liner. We have had the old version of this liner for a couple of years and they're absolutely amazing. Really love them. This has been really great. This part of it is stretchy, so this is really makes it so comfortable indeed. Yeah. Here's our kitchen. Stove, pods, spices, vacuum bottles for carrying water. We carry the MSR Whisperlight International Multi-Fuel Stove. I have had this for a long time and it is super reliable stove. I would highly recommend. Also, always remember to take the expedition kit for this stove with yourself when you go for a trip. It's really important. But very often we cooked on our tipi stove, so because we were turning this one on every morning and evening, so we used the MSR pretty rarely. If we didn't have this stove, then we would carry Bushcraft Essential twig stove. In winter, water gets frozen, so we carried all of our water in these vacuum bottles. This one is from a brand called Thermos, light and compact. Super reliable. I highly recommend. We had two of these from the other brand called Sig, and they weren't really that good. I wouldn't recommend this. And we had another one which was not that good quality and didn't work that well. And we had this bottle from Clean Content. It is stainless steel, so we could boil water inside of it, and it was nice, but we could not carry for more than half an hour or maybe 1 hour of water inside of it because it was getting frozen. And here's a Peyman made tool for lifting it because there is no handle with this, so I just put it inside and I can lift it. We had 3 cooking pots from a brand called Tour. We have had these pots for a long time. Super happy with these ones. They are from titanium and they have been working super nice. I really love this feature of the bail on them. These are the same pots we have had for last 3 years. A Finnish knife called Pukko. All of our spices are here. We carry the spices inside of this Sutusumit bag. We put them inside of these Nolgene containers. Also, we carry another bag from Sutusumit to carry our food, so food doesn't go all around the pannier. We carry always 2 emergency food package. And we carry 2 cups. One is from a Finnish brand called Kupilka for Matilda. And this other kuksa, it is made by me, but still is not done. A 2 spoon, one from Light My Fire, other one from Sutusumit. But yeah, you can carry any spoon, doesn't matter. Next section is our working office, recording and editing equipment. We use Sony action cameras, model FDRX 3000. We are pretty happy with them, but the screen is missing. It would be amazing if there would be a screen. They come with the control, which has a screen, but it doesn't work that well. Also, we carry 2 waterproof cases for them. Camera's battery life in a cold has been absolutely amazing. But we still carry quite many spare batteries for the action cameras. We also have the camera which we are recording this video right now with it. It is a Sony Alpha 7 III DSLR mirrorless camera. With that camera, we use a Tamron 28-75mm f2.8 lens. It has been alright, but autofocus of it, it's not that great. And as a remote, we use this Honnell Capture remote system for that. They've been pretty alright. We only can take a picture with this remote, not movie. We have a Rode microphone also, which is on the Sony camera right now. Also for recording voiceover, we have a Zoom H2N handy recorder with the windscreen. We also just bought the Rode Wireless Go microphones. But yeah, they are not really that good because especially these windscreen just keep dropping, and it's pretty difficult to use because of that. We use Samsung and Kingston memory cards for recording. We had a lecture memory card, which are pretty expensive, but most of them did break down. I would not recommend those. We also use a Berno tripod, mainly for the big Sony camera. Has been absolutely amazing, super stunning, light, and can handle the big camera really well. The next tripod is a small metal tripod with the ball head from a brand called Manfrotto. This also has been really super handy. We could put even the big camera on it and it can handle it really well. This is a mouse bite. I can put the action cameras on top of it, made by me with some mounts. It's really great. Another small holder from Manfrotto for the phone. This grip from Small Rig, we can put the small action cameras on it. It has a Joby ball head on it. Super durable and strong. The same selfie stick we had in Africa, we used in this trip also. It's a fishing rod. Combined with this one on it, amazing selfie stick. Especially when our drone is broken. So that's really handy. Also, we had a DJI Spark drone, but we couldn't use it because it got broken, unfortunately. We carry a bit of bits, different kind of bits for the action cameras. We carry 2 spare batteries for the big Sony camera. In this trip, we had a one only raw power 26,800 milliamp hour battery pack. They did a great job in cold. We have had this for 3 years and it's still going really well. Couldn't be happier, really. Also some different kind of charging cable. Our headlamps was from Lumanite. Fantastic headlamp, waterproof and dustproof, everything proof. Brilliant, really. And super bright. And we have a 2 MacBook Pro 13-inch for editing, which one of them is almost totally broke down and the other one, this one, is breaking down. For charging AA and AAA batteries, we carry Go Zero Guide Plus device. You can use this one also as a battery pack, and that's really a nice feature with it. Also, of course, few chargers. If you have watched our vlogs, you know our phones were broken, so we replaced them and with the Samsung as a Galaxy phone, and Matilda has a Motorola Edge Plus. Motorola's battery was really good in winter, was lasting very well. And we connect our phones with the quad lock mounting system on the handlebar, and that has been really handy, especially in the town, so we could navigate. Super nice. Okay. The question we get often, how we store our photos and movies. The answer is a Transcend hard drive. We store all of our files inside of these hard drives and they have been really good. We had a no problem with them in -35 and they have passed the test of +45 in Africa. Now we have 5 of these hard drive and each hard drive have one backup. We send it back home. We always store our important document or electronics inside of waterproof duffel bags. I think that was about all of our electronics. In a long winter trip, it's really important to have a good clothing so you stay warm and comfortable. As a base layers, I would like to use a merino wool base layers because they keep warm when even they are wet and I don't need to wash them that often. This is a Kelly shirt base layer, long sleeve. This t-shirt also is by Kelly, but it's of course shorter sleeve. Another base layer I had from Aklima, warm wool hoodie. The hoodie of this actually is really nice because it can be actually work as a balaclava also. I have a 2 thin merino wool base layer leggings from Aklima and Icebreaker. Also another base layer wool shell. This is pretty warm from Aklima. So if I am not doing any activity, I wear this one so it keeps me warm. As a mid layer, this is a technical mid layer from Icebreaker, this hoodie. Been really happy with it. It's very snug. The second mid layer, which is thicker than that, it is from Klattermussen. This is woolen also hoodie. This is a soft shell woolen jacket from Klattermussen. It's a Hagal model, which can work as a mid layer also. To be honest, it is heavy and it doesn't work that well as a mid layer, so I would not take it again. As a shell layer, I have a Klattermussen's all-grown shell layer jacket. This is absolutely an amazing jacket. I'm super happy with it. I love the ventilation in the side because I can manage my sweating when I am cycling, and been really nice with a very nice details. Really nice feature this jacket has. The down jacket I use, it is from Klattermussen Alte 2. This has been pretty good, but for the next trip I would take something a little bit warmer than this. As a trousers, as a shell layer, I have this trouser from Hugloves. Friend of mine borrowed it to me, so really big thanks to him. And yeah, these have been working really good. Remember, when you buy your shell trouser, to make sure it has a ventilation zip in a side, so you can adjust the sweating. Also, the bottom of the trouser, it's wide enough so it goes over your boots or ski boots or whatever shoes you are wearing. It's really important so snow doesn't get into your shoes. And the next trouser is the one I am wearing. It is from Klettermussen. It is like a soft shell windproofish. I've been also happy with this one. The days which are not too cold and too windy, I wear this one for cycling. Another one is actually a hat. Hat is really important. Having a hat in a winter trip, it's like you are having a one hoodie with you. It's really, really nice to have because you lose a lot of heat from your head. So it's really cozy when your head is warm. I have this balaclava, fleece balaclava. So this is really nice the days which are really cold. So I can put it on, it can prevent the frostbite. Also if it's really cold, so I can put it on and when I'm sleeping, so it's really nice. I also carry a merino balaclava from Kelly. We used to pull this balaclava over our mouth and nose while cycling. And of course it gets wet because of our breathing. But good thing about the merino wool is when it's wet, still it's warm. And that is just a different word really compared to the normal balaclavas. Our main gloves which we used like every day, it is Hestra Leather Army Heli gloves. Sorry, it's a long name, so I'm not sure if I pronounce it right or not. But absolutely stunning gloves. Super warm and amazing, really. I have used Hestra gloves for 10 years and I am really, really happy with it. The next gloves, which I have it sometimes when it's not too cold, I need to handle some stuff around, I need my fingers. These are these knitted gloves. I bought them from Nepal, thanks to whoever have made it. I also have always these waterproof mittens. These are from a brand called Extremities, and yeah, they are light, but in case of emergency, I can use them with a combination with these ones. I also carry these fleece gloves. They're nice to use them sometimes when it's not too cold. I carry 2 pair of thin socks. They're merino acrylic mixed. And 2 pair of woolen knitted socks. This combination is really nice. For underwear, I prefer merino, but they do wear out quite fast. I carry these surfing shorts. So if I go to the gym, so I have something to train with. I also have these ballet dancing shoes. I'm not a ballet dancer, unfortunately I would love to be, but if I go to the gym, they do require a clean trainer, clean shoes to have, so I can wear these ones. They're super light to carry and pretty comfortable to walk with. Swim short and goggles, so if I can go for swimming to the pool, great. A towel from Pack Towel. Winter in Norse is pretty dark, so it's really important to have a high visibility vest. This has been a lifesaver for sure. As a shoes, we carry these Finnish army boots from Nokia. It is a Nali model with the removable inner boots. They've been very, very warm. Pretty heavy to cycle with, but you get used to that after 2 weeks. No problem. Super durable indeed. I also have these shoes. They are Gore-Tex trainers. They're supposed to be waterproof, but they're like sponge. So yeah. But it's nice for winter to have some sort of other shoes than these ones. Okay, cool. When sun is out and it's shining on the snow, it's easy to get a snow blindness. So that's why I carry these sunglasses to protect my eyes. This is all of our spare parts and tools, but we also like to carry all the tools and spare parts we might need during the trip. But this can be different for you according to which bike you do have. For example, for our bikes, we carry spare tire, spare belt, spare brake housing, hydraulic brake bleed kit, and the oil for a Rohloff and for pinion gearbox. And here we have some other spare parts like puncture kits and brake pads and spare spoke and nipples. This is our small bicycle workshop actually. I would like to carry all the bits and proper tools instead of multi-tool. And there is some, I don't know, grease, different kind of grease and spoke wrench, Loctite, and yeah, many other small things. With this kit I've been able to fix some motor bicycles, many other tours, bikes in Africa, so I've been really nice to have it. This is the Leatherman Wave. I'm not really happy with it because the plier, I think it's too weak. And my favorite alligator tool, you might remember it from our Gambia vlogs. And this is my favorite floor pump from Lezoon. I had it for 3 years and no problem. Works like a dream. And over there we have all the fixing equipment if some of our other equipment break down, so we can fix it. Here is a sewing kit, here is some patches and some glue and a tape and some zip tie. These are my survival equipment, goes with the axe also, chainsaw and some fire starter, match in a dry container and a fire steel, paracord and bungee cord. And this is our old bike lock. And my beloved harmonica, which I always carry it but I never play, so I need to learn how to play it. We also have these bags from Sea2 Summit. They have been super handy. This part is net and the rest of it is made out of Cordura fabric. I can see what is inside, and if there is something, it doesn't really get moldy, and it is super nice to be able to organize everything inside of the pannier with these ones. This is our first aid kit. We have some painkiller, antibiotics and some sharp blades and many other small things for treating a wound or many other things, and also some pills for the allergy and that kind of things. But yeah, this can be different for each person if they have a specific disease or whatever. Creams we usually carry inside of some solid container. This is for the glasses, so they don't get bended and they don't get destroyed. We have a hydrocortisone cream and some other creams here. Toothbrush and toothpaste. Miswak from Africa. It's amazing. Also in winter, because there's really no sun, so we always need to take vitamin D. The shaver, so I don't need to go to the hairdresser. This video was more focused on a winter equipment, and the clothing I showed, it was only of course my clothing, but the rest of the equipment I have showed in the video actually is for 2 person. So in case you're new to the channel, so you know, those are for me and Matilda. Of course we have so many small things like wallets and passport and some other stuff. We have made a more detailed video about these things in Gambia. There's a link to that video over there in the corner, and you can find it in our channel also.
Check out our winter vlogs for more shots of the gear in action. We also have a video about the Tour Terrain, Pinion and Rohlov belt drive bikes, and there is a link to the winter gear list on our website in the description. See you in the next video. Bye!